Hi guys, welcome to this video. I'm going to explain to you today how to play a game called Blob Tag. It's a game similar, you will have played Tag or It perhaps before. It's similar to that with a little bit of a twist. So we have one player who's going to start as being on. So we've just selected this player here in the EF vest. That's the player who's going to be the first player who's on. And of course his job is to run around and try and catch the other players and tag them by touching them and catching them anywhere, okay? However, so he's going to run around, and obviously the players are going to try and move away from him, try and make it a little bit harder. But once he catches someone, now they're both going to be on. But with a slight twist that once he catches another player, they have to then hold hands. So they have to remain in contact throughout the rest of the game. So now they're both on, they're going to run around and try and catch players until they catch a third player. And once they catch a third player, now all three of them are going to be on. And again, they have to remain in contact, so gradually as they catch more people, this is going to be a bigger and bigger chain, as it were. This can be easier, so as there's more players, and since we've marked out the edges that the players aren't allowed to go outside of the playing field, then as there are more players that are on, it becomes easier to catch the other players. However, it can be harder since they have to hold hands as well. But they can, for example, somewhat herd the players in, so these are all going to obviously run away. But they can herd players into a corner, and let's say perhaps they might even catch both of them here. So now all of a sudden there's going to be a chain of 5 that's on. So really simple. It just carries on like this, and they catch more and more people, and as they do so the chain gets longer and longer. But like I said, they're going to have to remain in contact the whole time, so you're going to end up with a long line like this, and they can kind of move forwards and backwards, and the last player is going to have to try and avoid them and duck around the edges to get to the other side and duck back again, until eventually that player is of course going to be caught. The winner of this game is the last player to get caught. So the aim of the game is to avoid being caught as long as possible, and then you can reset, play again. You can try a few variants, so you can play versions where as long as there's a chain of at least 2 people, then they can split off. So for example, then let's say a few of these haven't been caught yet. We have this chain of 2, they might become a 3, which they have to still hold hands. When they catch a 4th person, they could split into 2 and then become like kind of moving around like this in pairs. So yeah, a few different ways to play this game, so give it a try it a few versions and find out which one you enjoy the most.